We come from the land of the ice and snow, from the midnight sun where the hot springs flow. Hello and welcome once again to Let's Play Bomberman Tournaments. Let's play. In the previous episode, a whole 7 years ago now, we completed the beach zone and defeated the pretty bomber in the pretty base. Welcome to the land of the ice and the snow. It's a snow level, it's amazing. There's a thing, we blew it up, it's yellow this time. Why is that? Who knows? We shall follow video game convention and travel to the right. This is the correct way to go. To the left there is an impassable obstacle which we must find a way past. We will see that later though, I can't be bothered to show it off now, we're doing this in an efficient manner for this first section. Anyway, there's a lady, she lives underground. She warns us of some weird guys over there. And also a loud Caramabone. We're collecting the Carablones, so we want to go over there and collect us some Pokemons. To get over there we must go up here, and then right. It's on the same screen, but accessible only from a different direction. Tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. A wild minigame approaches. We must light the cannons and cause the robots to die so we may free the Sasquatch in the snow zone. There's snow zone like the snow zone. This is the quickest way to do it. I don't know if the robots move in a random fashion. To be honest, I've never actually done it so quickly until I recorded this. Amazing! This is our new Caravan. He's tough guy, he's got a silly name, but he gives us the ability to throw bombs like Bomberman should. The power of the Sasquatch is incompatible with the power of the fish, so we may not use lime bombs and throw bombs at the same time. Unsettling. Anyway, with tough guy added to our numbers, we can go up here, challenge a Yeti, and continue to the section that I didn't show off with the impassable obstacle, which we can now pass thanks to the power of throwing things. This Yeti shall be spared. Onwards to the left. Thinking about it, the game started with you travelling left. Well, I suppose up and then left. Maybe it's supposed to have a Japanese reading order, who knows? Here's a man, he's telling us about his crack. Go away, man. Why do you live underground? Why does everybody live underground? Don't understand. Don't understand a lot about this zone, to be honest. Throwing bombs, amazing! Look at it, whoosh. We've certainly showed that yellow blob. What for? We throw bombs a set distance, and we get hit by snowballs sometimes. That just happens. We can't control that. You're wondering what that annoying noise is? It is, of course, a green Jawa with a hookshot, who is also a ninja. A more annoying enemy we shall not encounter until the end of the video. If you explode them twice in a row, they will not do the jumpy thing, but take too long, and they shall have a fresh jump. Terrifying. Once again, the Yeti is spared. Welcome to the crack. This is the crack, it's more of a chasm, but there's some dangerous robots on the other side. We shall destroy the Higgies with the power of bombs, as we usually do. And the delicious ice cream avalanche shall fall upon us. Well, there it goes. I don't know where all this snow comes from, because there's not actually a mountain on the other side, there's just more flat snow. A limitation of the engine, perhaps. There's a blue thing, and we're going to go down there after we make a bomb disappear by moving off screen. How silly. Down here is a lady. She's going to remind us that the game has a plot. First of all, she's going to waffle about her fiancé, who we talked to in the beach zone. He lied and said that she lived in Upsilon. She doesn't live in Upsilon, she lives, like, over here. To the left of Hebsilon. Here we go, here's some plot. A year ago, Max came and asked her how to get to the Twin Towers, which appeared after the meteors, which we remember from the opening cutscene. So that's that. Also in the opening cutscene, it was not a snow zone until after the towers formed from the dangerous meteors. So I'm not quite sure why everybody's living in igloos in Hebsilon, as we'll see later. Now there's two destinations we can go to from here. We can go to the hot spring, where we don't need to go yet, or we can go to Upsilon, where we're supposed to go. We're going to go to Upsilon first. No, wait, no we're not. We're going to go to the hot spring, because I'm doing this in the wrong order for no good reason. Despite knowing better. Green Jawas are annoying. Destroy them with our bombs, which we have 3 of. Sometimes. Throw a bomb on that guy. I said earlier that the bombs always go a set distance. I'm a liar. Sometimes they will go a little bit shorter if there's an enemy it can land on. It only seems to work if the enemy is exactly on the square though. There is a problem I have now that I've got the throwing bomb power, in that I will now stand in complete safety and just chuck bombs at enemies, hoping that they'll wander into the explosions. Also, oh, it worked, cool. Throwing bombs up the screen in these screen scrolling zones does not work because they will just go off screen. It works much better in dungeons. There was no point to this bit, as we came from that way, and there's no secrets here. There was just an evil Jawa to be destroyed. Up here is a crackhead wall that we want to explore though. Because sometimes worthwhile things are hidden behind crackhead walls. This is not one of those times. Here is a man who's going to tutorialise about using switches and moving floors, which we'll see later, but not now. But later, but not now. Destroy some snowmen, collect a panel. It doesn't do anything because my Caravan is at maximum capacity. Death to the Jawa. It'll take a little while. Trap him, but he's sneaky. He's sneaky, but he is dead. Now we must destroy the Yeti, so he may continue. Drive a bomb in his face, there we go. And away. There's the Yeti we spared earlier. The previous one we simply did not encounter. This is the secret hot springs, which are signposted. This man's enjoying his lovely hot porridge bath, I guess? I suppose it's supposed to be cloudy, that's what that is, probably. It's probably cloudy in the snow zone. There's no way to Epsilon up here. Epsilon is simply on the other side of this big blue wall of ice. This big blue wall of ice which wouldn't have existed a year ago. Because there was no snow then. Destroy the Jawas. Destroy all the Jawas. That one just died. He just died. He didn't jump, he just died. I wish I knew what caused that. Anyway, welcome to Hebsilon. The first house we visit is going to have yet another NPC who remembers there's a plot to this game who's going to explain the current situation. The bridge to the north of the town we need to cross. Okay, this one's not the explanatory one. She just says that there's a bridge and we need a caravan to do it. This is the fat one that's going to tell us the whole story. Did the tower meteor fell, tower became Esmeralda, the queen of the planet, came to the fairy palace. Some guy who looked like Max. And the next day it became snowy and the bridge fell down. So Queen Esmeralda's been living at the fairy palace. The fairy palace, the palace of the fairies, which is north of here, for a year now, but she's frozen in apparently. It's interesting that there was a guy who looked like Max, because Max is fairly distinctive in that he looks like Darth Vader. And how would they know what Max looked like? It's almost as if this has got an actual backstory for Max in this game. I'm not joking. This game is actually a backstory for Max, in part. If you ever wondered where that lovable, stoic, cyborg, Bomberman thing came from, Anyway, there was a woman that wanted us to get her some bread from Upsilon, whatever. But we need to get her some bread so we can have an egg. This man's going to tell us about the tricky Jawas. We can beat them no problem. Thank you for your vote of confidence. There's a tree. There's nothing else here. There is a bomb shop. We have no materials for bombs. This is a shame, because we could do with a new sort of bomb rather than just using the RC bombs forever. Who am I kidding? We're going to use the RC bombs for the rest of the game because they are simply more convenient. There's the bridge to the Fairy Palace. The Fairy Palace. We've seen fairies in this game. Here's those switches and moving platforms that guy told us about. This doesn't work. Let's try again. The trick is to place the bomb where you want it to. Yeah, there. See, I put it when it was there, and then it exploded when it was there again. That's the trick. Good thing I take slightly less damage from that now, because that's going to happen a lot. Almost got two of them. In here is an NPC who's going to have some useful advice for the challenges ahead. Beware. Reviving Snowman. It is a trap and we may get caught. It reminds us of our teleport power. Try the right is actually a very useful tip. We shall be doing that as we go up in fucking Jawas. Jeez. Told you that was going to happen a lot. We killed him though. We are the best. Anyway, blue snowmen. Observe their mysterious properties. They get destroyed. Then they reform. Anyway, here's how you do it. 3 bombs from this side will see us clear. This seems like a problem, but it is no problem. No problem at all. And welcome to Upsilon. There's one place we want to go to in Upsilon. It's got an arcade and it's got a coliseum, but we need neither of these things. Okay, we probably use a large medicine from the arcade. Here's a lady, she's giving us some bread. Hooray, it's warm, let's go. There is no time limit. This bread will be warm forever. Or at least the lady won't complain about it. Here's your first glimpse of the fairy castle. As I said, there are fairies in this game. They're the little green dudes with wings that give us health. And we can simply teleport back to Hebsilon. They're usually hidden around dungeons, except for the first dungeon where there was one only accessible after we'd completed a portion of the dungeon and got the power of pushing things. We're talking to this lady again because I'm stupid and thought she wanted some bread. She does not want bread, she wants exposition. This is the lady who wants the bread. She wants the bread so we can have an egg. Here's an egg. A Caravan Egg. This is a bit confusing, the Caravan Egg, because the Caravan who is in the Caravan Egg does not seem to be like a newborn Caravan. It simply was a Caravan that decided to become inside an egg. And now we must hatch it. It is fully grown and it was sleeping. And it has experience of the outside world. Caravans make less sense than Pokemons. This is Pommy Beast, I think that's what the P stands for. Doesn't look very much like Pommy. This is a single-use key Caravan, like most Caravans. Anyway, let's go to Delta. For one specific reason, we forgot to do something last time. We forgot to visit the Fisherman and give him back the hook we found in the fish Pokemon. He gives us a large heal, and let's carry on with the game. Anyway, here's where we use the right button to get to the right thing. What am I doing? Where am I going? I think I was checking to see if the hook actually did disappear from the inventory like the camera didn't. Anyway, that's the single use that Pommy Beast has in the game, apart from being a Pokemon that you need to combine to get through the dungeon door. So it's sort of a key that forms a part of another key eventually, except you need to have the... yeah, basically we can't get to the dungeon without the material for the key, so it's a bit pointless. Who cares? These people are talking about how it wasn't cold before the tower appeared, because Queen Esmeralda really is frozen in. So that's telling us about a caravan who is even more useless than most caravans, as we'll discover later. Even less useful than the caravan that gets us across one bridge in the game. And this is interesting, there was a blue-eyed samurai named Max, who was here the first time the dastardly bombers attacked this planet. He lived here, he was a samurai, he was called Max. Could he be of any relation to Cyborg Max? Perhaps. That just about works. You cannot travel onto the switches, so that is sometimes an annoying thing. Anyway, here's the most annoying enemies so far in the game. It's seals that grab and throw your bombs. Let's try again. They also charge at you. They have an annoying noise. When they pick up the bomb, they don't stand directly next to the one. It resets the timer when they pick it up, and they can chuck it wherever the hell they want, as many times as they can grab it. There we go. They are incredibly aggravating. Nothing over here. Let's head to the south. There's another new enemy there. We'll see him in a bit. Here is another blue rock. Secrets to be found. Sometimes the seals do kill themselves by throwing bombs. Sometimes. Did you see the flower? We revealed a flower. Well, seal revealed a flower with our bomb. It's simply hidden beneath one single block. It's always the same block. It's always there. And we pick it up. Hooray! Nice flower. And here is a Pokemon. We are nice. It's Petrodon or Pterodon. I don't know how you pronounce the P in that case. He will downgrade blast power. He's the opposite of Twin Drag. He has no function. There is no time in the game where you want to have less blast power. He is pointless, and I hate him. He is the worst Caravan in the game, full of useless Pokemons. That's a sort of ice thing. We'll see him in a minute. He is an annoying enemy, but not as annoying as the seals. He digs under the ground, so he's only vulnerable when he chooses to be, and when he is destroyed, he splits into 4 smaller forms. The smaller forms cannot spit at you, but they move around faster. If you're lucky, you can catch them all at the same time. It's interesting, I made the bomb at the bottom disappear, but the bomb at the top remained. That is an unusual thing to be sure. More seals. Haha, fooled you. Damn it. Hooray. Not much to be said here, there's a door though. And another cracked wall, which is bound to contain delicious goodies. Throw a bomb on a thing, watch it explode. Yes, that was nice, that was what I wanted to do. By throwing the bomb at exactly the right time, I destroyed all of the things. All of them at once. And here's an aforementioned fairy. There are no fairies in the Fairy Palace though, which is a bit peculiar if you ask me. I don't know why it's called the Fairy Palace. More igloo action. I don't know why this is shaped like an igloo when it's ice wall. Interesting, Max, the cyborg, knew lots about this planet even though he's presumably never been here. Anyway, let's go to the dungeon, it's just up here. There it is. The Twin Towers. See you next time. Bye-bye.